What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have a NASCAR Xfinity Series Kevin Harvick diecast. It is a 2015 Armour Foods Chevrolet Camaro from Junior Motorsports. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, folks, rotating base out of the studio and check out today's diecast review. Remember when Kevin Harvick used to be a very popular Nationwide and Xfinity and technically Busch Series driver? Back in the mid-2010s, he had a ton of really cool sponsors and paint schemes that he would run. And I miss when Kevin Harvick ran a lot of Xfinity races. Packaging design is like a smoky, shadow pattern. It's actually really cool. And what's so subtle is the Kevin Harvick name right here and right here. It's very subtle, but you have, the signature there, or signature, but, his traditional name. And then you have kind of the generic font in the background. Really, really cool stuff. And keep in mind, this is a Xfinity diecast. This is something, we get Xfinity diecasts, but nowhere near the capacity we used to get maybe a decade ago. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and carefully get open this brand new diecast. I'll be right back. All right, folks, we're going back in time to a time in the sport I never thought I'd be truly nostalgic about, but it's 2016 all over again. And I could see this paint scheme running like an Atlanta race, a Texas race, maybe even like a Bristol Spring race or something. The Armour Chili and Armour Vienna Sausage Chevrolet Camaro. And I don't know if he won a race in this paint scheme, but what a cool little car. I think Casey Kane had one of these as well, one of these paint schemes. Shout out to Casey Kane, man. That dude's a freaking legend, man. Childhood right there. Let's go to the front of the diecast. You have Armour Vienna Sausage, as already mentioned. You got the Xfinity banner. This is back when they just used to run the traditional black Xfinity banners before they had the red ones and the purple ones and, all that. But I prefer the purple. I feel like the purple's a little bit more, just a little bit more contrast, a little bit more color. But the normal non-colored ones still look pretty cool, right? They still run these sometimes, but it's usually during, I think, the playoff races when they're not a playoff car to differentiate. That I could be tripping on that. I'm surprised I actually pronounced that word. Go to the front of the diecast, and wow. I mean, the Camaro noses have changed so much. You have this very sharp kind of point where you see like the headlight ribbon is. And then you have that giant splitter. I mean, my goodness, the splitter on that stock car is crazy. Got Camaro right there. Got 88, Moog, Mail, Comp, Edelbrock, and Sunoco. Very bright yellow indeed. Go over to the left side of the diecast. Now, I don't think the blue is metallic. I wasn't sure if it was or not. I don't think the gold is either. Or is it gold or is it bronze? Yeah, this is just a normal gloss paint scheme. I wasn't sure if maybe one of them would be metallic. But, of course, I got this diecast from our good friends over there at Circle B. You can too. Guys, if you're a Kevin Harvick fan, there's like 8 different Nationwide and Xfinity cars over there, and they're all on the low. They're like $4 or $5, right? If you're a huge Kevin Harvick fan and you missed out on a ton of great Xfinity and Nationwide paint schemes like this, tap in, stock up. They're dirt cheap. Want to save even more? You can use the promo code. You don't have to, guys. I mean, when there's a good deal, there's a good deal, right? So got the 88 right there. Got Hunt Brothers Pizza, NASCAR Xfinity Series. That old school Xfinity logo really throws me back because that was their first 2 or 3 years they ran that. Got ARP. Mechanics Wear, MSD, Simpson, 3M, Holly, and Goodyear there. You got NASCAR Race Car, Kevin Harvick, Exalta right there. I think that's Morton Buildings. You have your B-Post decal, which has Safety Clean. Not sure what the other ones are. Got Armour Chili, Great Clips, and I have no idea what that bottom right decal is. Over here to the back panel of the diecast, and check out what they used to call this spoiler, the dog ear spoiler. I'm not kidding you. If you're a newer NASCAR fan, what was really interesting about these spoilers is that certain years or certain racetracks, they would let them be able to take one of the wings off. So these 2 little notches were actually optional. So you could remove one of them or you could remove or keep both of them. You couldn't get rid of both of them, I don't think. But you could take one of them off or, leave both of them on. It was kind of quirky, but I liked it. I thought it was kind of fun, It's like in the COT days when they had the spoiler or the wing. I want to say there were certain things you could adjust on the wing. So that's kind of like the NASCAR Nationwide Series version of that. With the back panel of the diecast, got Armour right there, Camaro, fake exhaust ports because why not? Racing electronics in Mac Tools. Go to the right side of the diecast here. And it's kind of crazy to think that in the year 2025, the 88 car is still, in the around with JRM. JRM's still around, so that's great. The Camaro is still in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. The Camaro has debuted in the NASCAR Cup Series. And this is the same chassis and body style almost that they run nowadays. Like, technically, it's not the same body style, but it's based on the Gen 5 car, right? That's one thing they basically did when the COT was being phased out. They kind of had an idea they got to get rid of the COT in around 2009, 2010. Around that time, and that's when they inevitably phased in this model car in 2010, where they had the Ford Mustangs, the Chevrolet Impalas for the Nationwide Series, and then the Toyota Camrys. Well, that was kind of a contingency plan. At least I'm assuming this is the reason why they did it. Maybe it was just it all fell into place. But the idea was to take the massive amount of Cup Series inventory of Gen 5 cars and then allocate a lot of them to the Nationwide Series, and then the remaining stock be modified into the Gen 6 car, because they realized that in their eyes that the Gen 5 was needing to be changed ASAP, and fans didn't like it, ratings are down, blah blah blah. So what happened was it created a massive inventory of chassis for the NASCAR Nationwide Series, that now Xfinity Series, and we still see them running today. Like, don't be surprised in 2025 you've watched a NASCAR Xfinity race and there was a Jimmy Johnson 2011 chassis on track. Like, I wouldn't be surprised one bit. It's fascinating. Like, odds are one of Kyle Larson's championship-winning chassis from 2021 turned to Xfinity lap in 2025. It's fascinating seeing, like, the technology of the sport, like, not necessarily be recycled, but kind of like it's like it just lives on, right? In weird ways. Go to the top of the diecast, you have the number 88 right there with the Armour brand right there. Harvick. I don't know why the rear window, if I don't know why I couldn't English there, has a different font than traditional. I'm trying to grab another diecast to show you what I mean. We're going to grab this Brad Keselowski. Now, this is from 2018, but you can see what I'm talking about. The one on the right's more of a traditional roof lettering font that we would see for many, many years. The one on the left, I don't know why it's different. I don't know if that's just a design issue or did they have multiple fonts in 2016. You got Armour once again on the deck lid. So, what a cool little diecast here, man. Like I said, it's one of those cars you could get on the low, get it brand new, and it's a cool little addition to your collection. Maybe you're a fan of the Nationwide Series or the Xfinity Series, and maybe you want a full field of cars. Like, if you were doing a stop motion, I was going to keep it a stack. If you were to use some of these mid-2010s Xfinity cars as, cars in your stop motion, I don't think people would really be mad, right? They don't make a ton of them, so it could be a great opportunity to make a stop motion. They have a ton of these cars over there. Show you another car that I picked up with this one. Look at this Ragu Regan Smith from 2014. I'm just telling you, man, these mid-2010s Nationwide cars, they made a lot of them, so fortunately they're still around. But that just means you can enjoy them a decade freaking later, and you're not having to break the bank, and you're getting it mint in the box. That's what's so cool about it. So that's the beauty about some of these diecasts that have been overproduced, is that you can enjoy them for years and years to come. I love that. So that's all for now. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're curious, this is the bottom of the diecast here. Did I say 2016? I meant to say 2015. I think multiple times in this video I said 2016. Forgive me for that. I get 2015 and 2016 kind of confused because they ran a lot of paint schemes in 2015 and 2016 that were really similar. Like Jimmy Johnson's car was very similar. A lot of the Nationwide Cup filler paint schemes are very similar. So it kind of blends a little bit. Anyways, that's all for now. Like, comment, and subscribe. Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.